Warning. In this episode, spoilers are mentioned for the following TV shows: Breaking Bad, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Trailer Park Boys, Scrubs, Band of Brothers, House, How I Met Your Mother, The Boys, Blacklist, Peaky Blinders, and Game of Thrones. You have been warned. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Important Things in Life podcast. I'm Jacob. To my co-hosts here, Tony and Lucas.
Dude, I got an Emolga.
You did?
Yeah, you have no idea what Pokemon that is, but
Nope.
I got one.
No idea, dude.
Gen 6, bro. Oh my god, it's so close to being a perfect.
But it's not.
It's not. It's like,
Here-
if the HP was like 2 clicks up, it would have been perfect IV. 3
Here
star.
on the Important Things in Life podcast, we are highly trained professionals. Very
A
professional,
Pokemon
always
Go.
on topic, all the time.
Keep that
But
one.
we also love Pokemon. As evident of our episode 2 weeks ago. Last week, we
Should I catch his
Dylan trigger.
Wurmple?
No.
Lucas, what did we do last week?
Oh, I asked you guys some school questions, and Tony lost.
Oh, Laura.
I mean, we expected Laura to lose.
Hmm,
So
Every answer was just Alexander Hamilton.
that was true. Like, she had, 3 of her answers were just reminiscing the same play over and over.
Hey, Laura, what kind of rock comes out of lava? Alexander Hamilton. Oh, no, that's not right, Laura.
But today we're chilling. We're having a good time. We're having a good old Mount Rushmore.
Hey,
What are we doing,
dearling.
Lucas?
Oh, we are going to be doing a Mount Rushmore of our favorite live action TV shows
Nice.
as soon as I catch a deerling.
God damn it. Oh gosh. So yeah, we're doing live action TV shows. Lucas is incredibly busy right now. We're working hand in hand with him right now as he's catching. Wait, what was it? It wasn't Stanler. What was it? It was a deer Pokemon?
A deerling, Jacob.
A
God
deerling?
damn.
I don't know what a deerling is. Is that similar to Stanler?
It's obviously a Pokemon. God damn, dude.
Hey Lucas, you want to go first?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I said, we're going to be doing a live action TV show, Mount Rushmore. We're just, it's going to be not competitive at all. We're just going to be naming our favorites. And there's a
Mhm.
lot to choose from, for damn sure.
Oh yeah, I feel like every other day I'm getting a recommendation, not just from YouTube, but from everyone else. We're like, hey, you should totally watch this. Check out this. Hey, watch this. Today we're gonna say what's our current 4 favorites right now. What's our favorite 4 on Mount Rushmore?
Our current 4 favorites or just our favorite of all time?
Actually, that's true. A favorite of all time. But obviously down the line that could be subject to change depending on your tastes. But I don't know. It depends on how your favorites are. Mine usually interchange every now and then. But
Yeah.
So, who wants to go first?
fuck it, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you got?
First fucking choice.
Uh-huh.
And of course, it's got to be Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear about this. Let's hear about this. I already know this is going to go on like a 15-minute rant. So let's get the rant started right now.
Or
Okay.
a 15-minute essay in which he will enlighten us on why it's so good.
No, it's gonna delve off from the good part. I can guarantee that.
All right, go
I
ahead.
mean,
Sorry.
all right, because Game of Thrones, I do have 2 tattoos of it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really great show. Besides that horrible fucking last season that I wish
okay.
never fucking happened.
It's okay. It's okay. There's a lot of that show. I know where you're coming from. There's a lot to that show.
Any
Remember
question?
the good time. Yes.
What's up?
Game of Thrones season 8 or Last Airbender movie?
Game of Thrones.
Last. I would. Oh wait, which one do we prefer?
Yeah.
The movie because it ends sooner. Hey, that whole season 8. That's a lot of time, man.
It was, but I haven't watched Last Airbender, so I want to keep it that way.
I can guarantee you one thing, Tony. Last Airbender movie is shorter. The pain will end sooner. But yeah, Game of Thrones, rich characters, rich world. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then you got the CGI, it's fucking amazing. They make those dragons look cool. The dire wolves fucking holla fucking huge. The giants fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting was legit. Like they actually had like coordinators teaching them how to fight.
Yeah, it was a mixed bag on the choreography part, but yeah, when it got good, it got really good.
Like Battle of the Bastards. That will
Mhm.
forever be my favorite fucking episode. Just
Yeah,
because it was nothing but war. Like they
Mhm.
didn't cut off and go to like Daenerys or fucking go back to King's Landing. They just kept it right there in Winterfell. And it
Mhm.
was just like legit because you felt it. Like you felt like he was gonna lose the war. And then
Yeah, it got real gritty.
fucking real. And then that last fight with Ramsay Bolton. He
Oh
was
yeah, the
every
little
fucking-
duel.
Yeah.
The little duel. Yeah, Game of Thrones, fantastic show. Game of Thrones continuing the trend that if you put enough budget and talent behind a like mythical fantasy setting, it could totally work. Like the first being Lord of the Rings recently, and then Game of Thrones continuing that and making it more grounded and gritty. So yeah, absolutely, Game of Thrones, perfect, wonderful choice. For sure.
But I love my favorite part of Game of Thrones is the mountain, and just because I'm a huge fan of the actor that played it for 5 seasons, Thor Bjornsson,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
who was just a literal mountain of a man.
Yeah,
in real
deserves
life.
the nickname. Deserves
Yeah,
the nickname.
He
Like-
set the deadlift world record earlier this year. I think it was 1,100 pounds.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Right.
Like they should have had him from the get-go because if you guys like did watch it, they had the mountain change like 3 times until like the 3rd season. And then they're all like, oh, we're gonna keep this mountain now. And he did an amazing job. Like
Yeah,
he was intimidating, everyone hated him, but awesome fucking character. Especially
Absolutely.
that fight with fucking Oberyn. Like I know Oberyn got his shit smashed in, but
It's
the mountain.
But yeah, it was an example of like a lot of emotion going on into that fight. Absolutely.
I never really got into Game of Thrones, but I do remember tuning in a bit for season 8, and I remember loving the Hound versus the Mountain.
Oh,
And then that final one, I was like, damn, I know this season's getting a lot of flack, but I love this one. Just face
Yeah.
stuff.
As much as we will continue shitting on season 8, everything else about that show was fantastic. It was just the writing that was so abysmal. But the choreography, the music, the acting, it was still the cinematography, all of it was still A+, A tier, like best that Hollywood wished they had too. But the writing was below F tier for that season 8, and that's unfortunately brought it down completely. But yeah, Game of Thrones, excellent choice.
All right,
Who wants
Who
to
wants to
Jacob,
go next?
thank you for volunteering to go next, Jacob.
Well, if I'm going to go next, my first choice will also be Game of Thrones. We're continuing this. Just real quick, because we already praised it very well. But yeah, Game of Thrones, I'm going to go on to this. Tony, I want to thank you for getting me into the show. I had a lot of thank you. We had a lot of I had a lot of outside pressure, but you're the one that was like legit, like, hey, season 8, obviously before season 8 started. Hey, season 8 is going to start pretty soon. I have an HBO account. Here's my deets. Go watch it. And I was like, okay, I shall go watch it. And my issue with Game of Thrones is I have an asterisk next to it. I will say Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 4 as my choice, with maybe 2 episodes outside, with Battle of the Bastards being one of them. I agree with Tony on that. And Hard Home. I think Hard Home is season 5.
Yeah, season 5.
Yeah, Hard Home, where we get to see the White Walkers be deadly. Oh, wait, no. Then there's another season 6 episode, I think. The Door. I forget.
The Door.
The Door. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was a lot of fucking.
That's a lot of emotion to unpack there, man.
Yeah, it was.
For a character as well that you were like very neutral with, but you liked. You're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you just one episode, you're like, oh no. But yeah, so Game of Thrones for me, I will narrow it down to seasons 1 through 4 specifically, because I still like to rewatch those episodes. There's enough in the pacing, the writing, the acting where I'm completely invested. And we have to talk about the characters a little bit, because I know, Tony, I think one of your favorite, I don't know if it's your favorite character, but one of yours is Oberyn, right?
Oberyn, yes.
Oberyn, sorry. Who is your favorite all-time favorite character, out of curiosity?
Oh, that's got to be Tyrion, bro.
Oh, Tyrion? Okay. So my favorite character is a character that's like not in the show that much, but whenever he's on the screen, I feel like he's on the spotlight. It's the dad, Tywin Land.
Yeah, Tywin
Sorry,
was
guys.
really good. Like they got a really good actor to portray him.
Oh
And
yeah,
he
absolutely.
was, and like, dude, so like one of my favorite things is when they first show him, he's skinning a deer, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That whole
Yeah,
first scene was perfect character introduction where the son, Jamie, is trying to act like, he's the cocky knight son of like, oh, how dare this, the rival family try to do this. And the dad is straight up just like, so why is he still alive? Why'd you not do the job? While he's just still skinning this deer, like he's getting his hands dirty to show that, he's willing to get his hands dirty literally on the front lines, but also skilled and efficient because he's doing it, he's not fucking around. He's not messing it up while also maintaining dominance in their conversation with his own son, where he's like, I need you to stop pussyfooting around this issue and I need you to be a Lannister here and now. Fucking do it. So I know, sorry, Lucas, I know you haven't seen Game of Thrones, but first 4 seasons.
Shit, I don't want to watch it now. You guys spoiled most of it.
We didn't spoil jack shit, all right? We didn't spoil jack.
but the awesome thing about that medic is that he actually learned how to skin it.
For that scene, right?
Yeah, just for that scene. Like he literally spent time at a butcher shop learning how to skin a deer just for that one scene, and he did it fucking
It worked.
perfectly.
It worked fantastic. Yeah, because otherwise it could have just started the scene with him just finishing skinning the deer, and it could have started there. But no, he wanted to do it right there.
Yeah,
So
he was
fantastic.
doing it while he was talking to Jamie, and it was like, yeah, this dude's a badass. Especially when he fucking shut down Joffrey. He's like,
oh my god. Yeah, so for those who haven't seen Game of Thrones, but I'm sure you guys have heard the name Joffrey at one point. Probably the biggest prick in fiction ever, probably, maybe?
yes.
Next to Ramsay. But
no, I would say Joffrey takes the cake.
Okay.
Like,
But there are the few points when Tywin puts him in his place. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. The episode is Mount Rushmore favorite TV shows, not Game of Thrones. Sorry.
I was about to say we just spent
I'm done.
half the
I'm
episode
done.
on Game of Thrones.
I'm done. I'm sorry. Game of Thrones, my pick as well. Sorry. I'm done. Lucas.
God
your
damn.
pick. Is it also
All
Game
right.
of Thrones?
So my first pick is also going to be the most recent entry on this list. I'm about to go with Peaky Blinders.
Ooh.
dude, that was gonna be one of my picks, but I wanted to give you it because I know you love it more than I do.
I absolutely love Peaky Blinders. Honestly, I'm a fan of BBC has put out a lot of good drama content.
Mhm.
For those who haven't seen Peaky Blinders, it stars Cillian Murphy, who a lot of nerdier people like me may know as Scarecrow in Batman Begins.
Yes.
It was in 28 Days Later.
Sure.
Hey, that was a great movie too. So
I'm sure it was, but this isn't what movies do we like Cillian Murphy. But he's basically he's the main character. He's the head of a gambling ring. Him and his family run, and takes place right after World War I in Great Britain. And it talks about, and it basically the entire show is about the family's ascension from this running a small time gambling ring to being the most powerful family in all of Britain.
I've only finished one season myself, but the one season I have completed is really fucking good. For those who are, Western listeners or Americans, I highly recommend subtitles. There are some points where the accents are really heavy, but trust me, the dialogue is amazing as well. The delivery of everything, the world, the aesthetic, it's fucking great.
I definitely recommend subtitles when Tom Hardy comes on.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is my favorite character. Or he plays a character named Alfie Solomon, and he is my absolute favorite character in the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one of my absolute favorite scenes takes place in season 3 between Cillian Murphy's character Thomas Shelby and Tom Hardy's Alfie Solomon's, and it is absolute amazing acting, amazing emotion. The entire series is just great because what I like about it, the seasons are shorter, but the episodes are longer, so it's a lot of storytelling going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of effective storytelling, because when there's longer seasons, you got a lot of filler, and you're just like, this is entertaining, but God, do we really need this? Like, let's get to the story.
Yeah, but as we learned from other shows that may or may not be on this episode, a lot of world building, a lot of build up has a lot of times that payoff in the finale or the mid-season finale. So it's always worth it in the long run. So it depends on how well it's entertaining as well. But yeah, I thought we were just gonna say your favorite scene. I thought it was gonna be the scene that I saw memed before I actually saw the show.
No.
Where, like no fucking fighting, no fighting, no fighting, no fucking fighting. That scene, like I saw that before I watched the show. I'm like, I can't wait to get to that because it looks hilarious. Yeah, I'll probably have to continue it. Season 1.
You'll have to do. Season 2 is pretty good. Season 3 they're all good. It's amazing. I think that it's good. They're gonna release season 6 end of this year, I think, and that's gonna be the end of the series.
Okay, was it pre-planned, or was it like, do you know if it, like the story planned to end at that point, or if there was some outside influence?
I think there was talk of I suspected it was gonna be season 6 was gonna be the last one, and they might have done season 7, but I think that would have been like, all right, that's a little too much. That's like not knowing how to end it.
Right, properly. Yeah.
So I think just season 6 is going to be the best place to end it.
Yeah, unlike The Simpsons that have seasons 34 and 35 already pre-planned to come out already, and that should have ended 20 years ago.
You mean like Supernatural that went like 8 seasons longer than it should have? How I Met Your Mother, which probably went 3 or 4 seasons longer than it should have?
Maybe. But yeah, Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders. I definitely recommend it. It is on Netflix. 5 seasons are on there, so it's a lot to binge. And
the pandemic's still going on. You got time.
You got time.
You got time.
Definitely got time.
All right, Tony, what you got?
All right. Second pick is going to be The Blacklist.
Right. I've heard you recommend this to me multiple times.
So this one's about, you guys probably know David Spader. He played Ultron. And he is the top 4 criminal in the FBI's most wanted list, and he literally walks into the FBI office and turns himself in. He gives them a list of these so-called people that run, the world behind, like
the criminal underworld kind of thing, or
but no one's heard of these people. Like, there's some guy named the Stew Maker. He literally makes people disappear. He will use chemicals to decompose the bodies. And
that's what you mean by disappear. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I was thinking kidnapping.
No, he kidnaps them, fucking.
And then completely erodes the evidence of the body.
Yeah, so like people go missing all the time and they cannot tie anything to them whatsoever.
Okay, so it's like a mystery thriller kind of show?
Yeah, because like every episode is a different person on that list. Okay. And like it's literally you trying to figure out who David Spader is, because he tries
his character,
he's trying to have this FBI agent take over his place as like the top dog in the like criminal underworld. Yeah. But he like loses everything too at the same time, just trying to protect this chick.
Okay.
And it gets pretty crazy. Like, first season's kind of slow. Second season, just like hats off. Third season gets hella fucking crazy. And then from there, it keeps you entertained the entire time.
Okay. Yeah, I like a good mystery thriller. I haven't given it a shot yet myself, though. I know you've recommended it to me multiple times, but
yeah. And then like when freaking his name is Red. David Spader, when he goes on to like do monologues and everything, you get so like into it that you're all like, fuck, this guy's like either gonna kill this motherfucker or he's gonna make them want them to die.
Okay, so like monologues when he's confronting the criminal of the day, or is he like talking to the TV or like talking to the camera? Sorry,
when he's like talking to criminals, giving like the FBI agents their his mind, like his monologues are always so like on point, to the point where you're just like, damn, I just need to hear him talk more.
All right, so he steals the spotlight. All right, that's always a good thing to hear if the main star is the one stealing the spotlight. That's always great.
Yeah.
I'll have to catch up on Peaky Blinders, but once I do that, I'll probably give you said Blacklight?
The Blacklist.
The Blacklist, sorry. Oh yeah. It's on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. Is it on Hulu as well, or
no? I think it's only on Netflix. It's still ongoing, so like you'll still get like seasons. I think they're like on season 8 right now.
Okay. Oh, I feel like as a side thing, if we do know the streaming service, we should actually at least mention it so people at home can know where to go. Like Game of Thrones, HBO. Sorry,
Yeah.
HBO only. Peaky Blinders definitely on Netflix, and
The Blacklist on Netflix.
gotcha. Okay. So good choice. For me, I'm gonna go with an Amazon Prime show. I did mention this in our Best of 2020 episode. I did mention The Boys. It's the superhero show that's a bit gritty. It's like a parody or a play on like MCU movies where it's like, oh, look at these heroes doing great and how they look great in marketing and they look so heroic and wonderful, but in reality, like beneath the surface, it's so like dirty and fucked up, like real life corporate meddling bullshit. And you have like these real life people going on trying to deal with, their trauma, their incidents, trying to, to put it bluntly, to take down the system, right? But what makes the show for me is just a lot of the characters. Like obviously you have like the main characters of Huey, Billy Butcher, who's played by what's the actor's name? He is in Dread. He is
yeah, I have it on the tip of my tongue too now.
Oh my god. The actor's name, he's got a great accent.
Steve Buscemi.
No,
that's
not But now I'm imagining Steve Buscemi going, well, if it ain't the invisible cunt. But yeah, you got Huey, Billy Butcher, Surge, Marvin. You got great like the good guys, the protagonists trying to take down the main, what you think is the heroes of the world, the company sponsoring all of it. But
Carl Urban, there we go.
Carl Urban. Thank you. Yes, Carl Urban. Thank you. But the characters to me that steal a spotlight is actually the villains. Mainly, it's Homelander. Homelander, who is like the epitome of what people see. Basically, haters of Superman, in real life, they see Homelander as that epitome, right? Where he's like, oh, I'm totally on your side. I'm totally with you. But he's actually an asshole behind the scenes. But then in The Boys, they go even deeper where it's like, this guy really has a horrible Napoleon complex, a God complex, where he's just constantly like, I am the best. Me. Because he has all these, Superman powers, so he could do whatever he wants. But it's just this very interesting, intricate world of superheroes being parodied on, while also just seeing the story of Huey and his interactions with Billy, Starlight, and the others, just trying to do their best to, get justice on what happened to Huey's girlfriend, how it started it all. And then you hear all the other characters' backstories. It's it's an incredibly amazing show. They have 2 seasons so far on Amazon Prime. First season is really, really good. Season 2 is not quite as good, but it's still really good. Homelander is definitely the best part of season 2. Season 1, a couple characters off the spotlight. But yeah, The Boys. Still great. Lucas, what about you?
All right. I'm going to go with the comedy. I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to go with How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people think this is just a Friends ripoff. And honestly, I think Friends is one of the most overrated shows of all time.
I second that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has its good moments, it has its funny moments, but to me, it's just like, this is it's a whatever show. I'm not going to come out and say How I Met Your Mother is the best comedy of all time or one of the best, but it is a personal favorite of mine. For those that don't know, it's kind of like, it's basically the story of the main character, Ted Mosby, explaining how he, it shows him talking to his 2 kids. He goes, oh, this is how I met your mother. And then it goes on for 9 seasons.
Very patient kids.
This should have been like a 6-season show at most.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that it's okay those last couple seasons, but it does dip in quality a little bit.
Honestly, season 3 and 4 is like some of the absolute best. My favorite comedy in any TV show. It is absolutely amazing. And to me, How I Met Your Mother has that Game of Thrones season 8 with the last episode, which is, for those that haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but it totally threw me off. I was like, this is such bullshit.
Like, I literally, I feel Lucas, because after that episode, I did not want to watch the show ever fucking again. Like,
damn,
that's how bad it fucked me up. I was just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah, I don't even watch the show personally, but I heard when it first released all the outrage behind that going on too, where I'm like, damn, how bad did the show screw up? But
it was so bad that on the DVD release of season 9, they released an alternate ending that took out the original ending.
Does it improve the episode or no?
Yeah, because you're like, okay, dude, you watch it, you're like, that's how it should have ended right there. That should have been it right there.
Okay.
But I mean, besides that criticism aside, season
it's still a favorite.
Yeah, still one of my favorites. Season 3 and 4 are just amazing. As it went on, Barney was a very popular character, so they started shifting the story towards him, which I didn't really like that much because I'm like, this is a story about how what led to Ted meeting his wife.
Yeah.
And then they turned it into the Barney show, kind of like how Urkel kind of took over Family Matters.
Yeah.
So,
but Neil Patrick Harris,
yeah, he was in that show. Yeah,
they made it work.
Yeah,
they made it work.
Like I said, I still liked it, but to me, that should have been maybe a six season, maybe 7. I did enjoy season 8.
Yeah, there were good like episodes on season 8. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I think my favorite one is when Marshall's trying to get back to the reception.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like me with Game of Thrones, where I'm like, yeah, I like these 4 seasons, but I like
That's
this episode
9,
5 and these 2 and 6.
No, oh yeah, season 8 is fucking. I always get them confused, bro.
Yeah, so
season 9 was the one that took over the entire weekend. It took place literally over 2 days.
Yeah,
except for the last episode, which just screwed me up.
Gotcha. You
but
did mention
what I did love about 9, they did give someone the limelight back into his career.
That's true. That is very true.
And because of that, I think that's why we have Cobra Kai now.
Okay. I was going to ask, Lucas, you did mention to me before that a really good comedy show knows how to balance between, the comedy, right? Make it work. But
the comedy and the emotional moments, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The emotional moments stitched in at the right time with the right weight. Because obviously too much, then people who want a comedy show just go, oh, you're trying too hard, right? Or you're trying to make a statement. You're ruining it.
It's kind of it's the comedy is the flash, and then the emotional moments give it a little bit of substance.
Yeah, the punch gut.
Yeah,
and from what you've told me, this show really does it efficiently, so that's really good.
Yeah,
that's a mark of what writers know how to balance the cheese and the reality when it comes in. The proper diet.
So yeah, How I Met Your Mother is going to be my second head on my Mount Rushmore.
Whoa! Wait, so whose head? Specifically, who's your favorite character?
I might have to go. I don't really have a favorite character because they all had every character had their moments.
Okay,
both funny and emotional.
All right, so a portrait of the entire group. That will be the head of the entire group.
Like probably my favorite before I ended. My favorite emotional is probably when Marshall's father died.
Dude, I was just thinking about that.
That was a 2-episode arc that really punches you in the gut.
Gotcha. This is on Hulu, right?
It's on Hulu.
It's
on Hulu. It's not on Netflix anymore. That was one of the shows that got taken off.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's on Hulu. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's my second pick.
Excellent.
Tony.
All right. So this one, older show, but really, really appreciate House.
Yeah. Love that show.
Yeah. House, you're going through a doctor's point of view, but this doctor really don't give a shit.
No.
All he cares about is finding the answer and proving that he's right.
Jacob, you've seen House, right?
I've seen a few episodes, but basically what Tony just described sounds what I remember from the 1 or 2 episodes where, there's a very unique, complex problem, and he is such a narcissist, but he's also a genius. He'll do any means necessary to prove that he is right by curing the patient. But every now and then, wasn't there like a part where it backfired at one point? Because I remember him going to jail.
There's a couple of times it is, yeah.
Oh, okay. A couple times.
But he's like, I don't need to know the patient. I just need to know what they have. So he doesn't even talk to the patient.
Yeah, which is actually a very anti-medical approach to do because you want to make sure they're mentally well as well. But yeah, he doesn't care about
that's
that.
what it did. He just puts it on the other doctors. Like, hey,
that's
you talk to them, you deal with their stuff. Just tell me the scientific stuff now. Solve it.
Yeah, tell me the facts. All right.
Well, that, and he's also like an addict to painkillers.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I did not know that.
No, yeah. He has chronic pain in his left leg, right leg,
right leg, because he like lost like a big chunk of his like muscle.
He basically had a heart attack in his leg, is what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Doesn't he end up in a wheelchair later? Or
No, that took place before the show. He has a cane the entire show.
oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, that explains that. I'm connecting the dots on the old memory banks of my brain right now.
Yeah.
Did House have a issue like the other shows we mentioned where it's like it got really good and then just after one season it got slowly declining quality, or did it end at the right time?
The way it ended was perfect. Like,
yeah, I thought it ended pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't think it had a bad season. I mean, I think after like 4 or 5, you got to change it up a little bit, and people are just like, "Oh my god, like it's not as good as it used to be." It's like, but
of course,
it never was going to be. They're pretty much just trying to get to the finish at that point.
Yeah, because I think last season they're in a prison.
Damn, spoiler alert, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, if they haven't seen House, it's been like canceled for like 10 years.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll throw a spoiler alert at the beginning.
But yeah, I think it's available on Hulu,
Amazon
right?
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
I think maybe Hulu too. I'm not sure on that.
No, it's not on Hulu anymore. I checked. Me and Sam started watching it again, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
good.
So, highly recommend House, especially if you like medical shows. You hate characters because he is very quirky and funny as hell at points.
I think TV Guide actually voted him the TV character of the decade.
Really?
Yeah,
because he did have that very unique personality, definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember him being Little Stewart's dad in that movie first.
Stuart Little,
right? That's the actor, right? Stuart Little.
Yeah, it was.
And he was such a different person in that movie, where he's like this kind-hearted fellow. And then
he actually had the very big British accent.
Yeah, like if you hear like really talking, it's like wow.
I do notice that a lot of British actors, when they do the American accent, a lot of times they'll talk much lower, but it works. We don't notice a lot of times. I know the guy who plays the main character in The Walking Dead. He's the same way. He has a pretty obvious British accent, but you can't tell because he's just lowering his voice most of the time. When he does high pitch, you notice it a little bit. But other than that, yeah. So House, really good show. Is House your favorite character in that show? Or
yes, sir.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, he has to be in.
I'm just curious.
If anyone watches House and goes, "Oh, he's not my favorite character," they're full of shit.
Okay, yeah, that's like, then why are you watching the show?
Yeah.
No, I'm watching it so I can watch Chase and fucking Dr. Foreman.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay, I gotcha. I think for my third pick, I'm gonna go for another HBO show. You can't go wrong with HBO with their quality when they really dedicate, especially to miniseries. This was like a couple years after Saving Private Ryan released in theaters and shook the world of like, hey, you could do war dramas and not hold back, and people will love it if you do it right. My next pick is Band of Brothers. It was their first World War II miniseries. They did. I'll give an honorable mention as well to The Pacific, which was the other side series that came out a couple of years after, which was The Pacific Front. Band of Brothers focuses on Easy Company, of the 101st Airborne. They paratrooped behind enemy lines during D-Day, and the whole miniseries is focusing on Easy Company and the various soldiers that went through 1944, 1945, up until the end of the war, and a little bit post it too. Emphasis on, brotherhood. You can tell by the title. But the quality there is like, I really don't know my HBO TV history, but I feel like Band of Brothers was one of HBO's like first miniseries where you could see the budget, you can see the quality. It's like they literally got the Saving Private Ryan team, import it over into the show, and they made it fucking work. The stories with Major Winters, Percani, Rowe, Nixon with his problems at home. There's all these wonderful little stories. I would say, I guess the only complaint would be it's hard to remember their names because I have a few names remembered, but there are so many different characters. Because again, it's soldiers in Easy Company, right? So one episode would be about this guy, but at the end of the episode, they might be transferred or die even. Next episode will focus on a different soldier and so on. But
it's like Game of Thrones then.
A little bit.
You literally can't like remember.
You can't be too attached. Yeah, you can't be too attached to a character. Plot armor doesn't exist because it's a historical based show. Specifically, it's based on the biography written by Stephen Ambrose, I believe is the author's name. So it's based on that book more so. So if there are complications with the show, you can blame it on the author instead of the fact checkers. But yeah, if you guys want to watch this show, it's both on HBO. I believe it's on HBO Max. It's still on Amazon Prime, last I checked as well. It's a miniseries. It's like 10 episodes. Even if you're not into war dramas, because it's very gritty, very violent, its emphasis is on the drama. It's on the relationships between the soldiers. So that's where the main strength lies. I'm not saying it because, it's fucking action-packed and Nazis get killed. It's like, no, the emphasis is on the soldiers and dealing with the trauma of their day-to-day work on the Western Front. Fantastic series. I still rewatch it periodically. Amazing show.
Hey.
Lucas, what you got?
So my next one is also another comedy. And I think I love it because it does a better job of how it made it. I think it does a better job of balancing comedy with emotion and How I Met Your Mother. It's going to be the medical comedy Scrubs.
Yeah. So, Lucas, I never heard of Scrubs. Tell me about it.
That was a horrible transition because we actually watched like 2 seasons together at your house.
They don't know that. Wait, no, we didn't. I never watched.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah,
wait, when did we watch Scrubs together? We watched. I think you recommended me an episode, but I don't know.
No, dude, we put it on. Like I remember we went over to your house and then we put it on.
I mean, you know what? It was in the. Yeah, that's why we talked over a lot. Okay, you're right, but we did talk all over it. Sorry.
Yeah. But so Scrubs is a medical comedy. It follows a doctor named JD. I forgot his last name. Holy crap! It follows a
fake fan.
A doctor named JD. He just got out of medical school. He's going to a hospital with his best friend Turk, and then he meets this girl named Elliot, who's also another main character in there. And it basically follows him as he goes from this very new doctor. He's like a little baby deer on baby legs, and then to the very end where he becomes like the head of a department at another hospital. But it's just the whole growth, and it perfectly balances comedy, and the emotional moments are just so amazing. They do that stuff so well, and I think what plays a big part of it to me is like the music selection. A lot of shows, like in my opinion, House has terrible music selection that goes with like their scenes. They help carry the show, but I think Scrubs does an amazing job with their music selection, which helps contribute to making the scenes even better.
Okay. From what I do remember, I know we talked over the first season or 2 of Scrubs. I do remember the side characters being incredibly strong in Scrubs. I think my favorite characters were like the 2 rival doctors that hate each other. One was like the main head, and the other one was like the Heart of Gold guy that acted like an asshole.
Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso.
Okay, yeah. I remember those 2 loving them the most, despite them just being side characters. But yeah, I just remember them having a lasting impression, especially the main character too.
To me, Dr. Cox doesn't get enough love. A lot of people talk about Ron Swanson. They talk about Red Foreman. As far as like being like just assholes, but funny assholes times. And Dr. Cox just belongs up there because he does an amazing job. And he's like later in the show, he has this hatred of Hugh Jackman that doesn't get explained at all. It just gets thrown in there. Which reminds me when Laura was like, Hugh Jackman's ugly. I hate him. Like, screw Wolverine. And so when she said that last episode, I was just like, that reminded me of Dr. Cox. Because he just hates Hugh Jackman for whatever reason.
I know it's a side tangent, but I still can't believe Laura doesn't think Hugh Jackman is attractive at all. That was the first time I ever.
To be fair, but as Wolverine, he is kind of ugly.
Yeah, but I'm guessing
if
Hugh Jackman.
She probably typed in Hugh Jackman Wolverine
and got the sideburns.
Yeah, and she's like, ew. But Hugh Jackman outside of Wolverine, handsome fella, man.
Very handsome,
handsome guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scrubs. I believe it is on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
I think it's on Netflix too.
No, they took it off.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Damn it, Netflix! Come on.
Yeah, Netflix they're focusing more on the originals.
Yeah,
I mean they do have some good. They do have some good originals. So
they do. So it could work out, but still, come on. You got the mic.
And also the actress that plays Elliot, is also in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Tony, you ever watch Scrubs?
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, right? The actress that plays Elliot. in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Fuck her in that show though.
Yeah.
I also remember the main character's friend. He's in Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah, Turk.
Yeah, Turk. Yeah, I remember him.
I think his name's Donald Faison.
Okay. Yeah, he's got that bald head. I remember him.
No, to me, it's always going to be Ted. Ted is.
Oh, rest in peace, Sam Lloyd.
Yes, he was an awesome character in that show.
Oh my god,
amazing singing voice.
Yeah, he's Jacob. I'm gonna send you like a clip video of Ted.
Sounds good.
Like you have to watch him. He's amazing.
Yeah, I don't mind compilations. I like compilations.
Yeah.
Usually that's what sells me on a show, to be honest. If I see.
And what's good about it is these side characters. So like the scenes that show you won't really spoil any of the big moments.
Yeah, that's why I like compilations, because they're always out of context.
Yeah. All right, but anyways, I'm gonna go Scrubs. It's one of the best balances of comedy and emotion, and it is on Hulu. I highly recommend it. Scrubs.
All right, Tony, what you got for your final?
Scrubs.
What's going on your last bit of your Mount Rushmore? That fourth space.
I could already feel the hate that's gonna come for this one.
Okay.
From Lucas. But I'm gonna have to go with Trailer Park Boys.
God, fucking damn it.
Like, dude, it's a great stoner comedy, dude.
Okay.
Like, that's one of my favorite shows that I could literally rewatch. Like, every time I'm at work and I just like want to throw something on while I'm like playing my Switch or something, I always throw on Trailer Park Boys.
What ruined it for me was Daryl just being an idiot about referencing it and all that, and he just like kept talking about it, and to the point where I'm like, dude, I fucking hate the show.
Yeah, like I'm not that bad. Like every now and then, like I'll throw in like it doesn't take rocket appliances. But I'm not like that bad where I'm just like quoting it all the time.
I remember when I went to visit Daryl for Thanksgiving, and I was staying. He let me stay at his house, and then he put it on. He's like, oh, let's watch Trailer Park Boys. And like halfway through an episode, me and his then wife were just like, Daryl, turn this shit off right now. This is fucking stupid.
Poor Daryl.
And then he was like, okay, oh man, Jersey Thursday, because the Jersey Shore reboot was on, so they put on Jersey Shore, and I'm like, I don't know which one I want right now. I'm like, kind of want Trailer Park Boys back now.
So like the thing is, it's a mockumentary.
Yeah,
it's about like just like following these criminals that like every season ends with them going to jail, and then the season starts with them getting out. So it's like they're always in trouble. They're trying to either steal shit or, try to make it through. But they live in a fucking trailer park. So they're like not like they don't need that.
Not just a trailer park, a Canadian trailer park.
A Canadian trailer park.
That's the series with the meme that I've seen where I'm gonna pay you $100 to shut the hell up. Is that where the show's from?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off. Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the main characters. His name is Ricky, but he's like so stupid. Like that's the whole dude that says it doesn't take rocket appliances to like, like he's that stupid. But like when it comes to drugs and everything, he is like the smartest motherfucker out there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really great stoner show. Like, my favorite character is Jim Leahy. May he rest in peace. He's the trailer supervisor, but he's an alcoholic that, got fired from the police. So like he's literally like just hammered all the time. Just like he literally looks at one of the characters, downs an entire bottle of whiskey, and then jumps in his car and fucking just peels out. And like his way of like acting drunk is just like, oh my God, this dude is such a great actor.
That's on point.
Yeah, it's on point. By the way, about that show, Elliot Page got her start from that show.
Really?
Yeah, she was in the second season. She was Jim Leahy's daughter. And yeah, she literally shined in that second season, and then they never brought her back. And everyone's like, oh, maybe you should bring her back because she was a really good character. Like,
okay. I thought she got her start in Juno, but I don't remember how early Trailer Park Boys started off?
Oh, that was like I would say 2000. It was at the time they were doing it on Showtime.
Oh, okay.
Netflix ended up buying them out, so now they're on Netflix.
Okay. Trailer Park Boys. All right. So, with my last pick, we started off with a show that Tony was the loudest to get me into, Game of Thrones. This last one, I think, Lucas, I will give you the credit for being the loudest to get me into this show. I'm going to go with a comedy, finally, Brooklyn Nine-Nine as my favorite. Both of you, I know, love this show too. Lucas, you got me into it. This, in my opinion, has probably the best cast of all characters. That I can't think of a weak character.
There is not a weak character at all. Yeah.
No, because you can probably say like, okay, this episode, this character was weak this one time, but overall, it's like, no, I'm looking at all these characters, and I had to write them all down because there's so many different characters. But I'm like, no, I can't think of a time where I'm like, no, that was kind of cringy, or they missed a mark. Maybe season 1 Amy wasn't that funny for me personally, but only that. Everything else was like, no, Jake Peralta, fucking hilarious. Rosa Diaz. My personal favorite, Raymond Holt, the best deadpan delivery character I've seen since Billy Murray Ghostbusters. The Pontiac Bandit, Adrian Pimento. Just
Dude,
so
Pimento is my favorite.
Pimento's probably my favorite psycho character, where every time he has like a flashback sequence of like him just doing a regular job at the day, or regular work of the day, it shows him like getting like tortured in a chair going, come on, I can take more, motherfucker. Is that all you got? And then every time it flashes back to the reality, he has to be reminded of everyone else, like, no, that's not normal. You shouldn't like that. But yeah, like such a fantastic, strong cast of characters. For those who don't know, it's about a New York cop precinct, and they just do
the 99th New York precinct.
Yes, thank you. And the emphasis is obviously not primarily on their work. The work is how the story gets told, right? How the reasoning why they go to the location, how it goes on.
Yeah.
But obviously the comedy is the interactions between the characters, because like just watching the chemistry between like Jake and Amy, for example, or Rosa and Charles, Gina with anybody, right? Or Scully and Hitchcock, where Scully and Hitchcock just responding to anybody at any time. And it's just like, it's comedy gold every time. Not to mention every season, there's always the Halloween heist episode.
One of the best ongoing storylines in any TV show ever.
Yeah, and I think the latest one from last season was probably the weakest one. And even then, that's still like probably one of the best episodes of the season. Just compared to the other heist episodes, it's always so great. Yeah, fantastic show. Thank you again, Lucas, for getting me into that show.
You did. It took you a bit too. It took you a little.
It was one of those cases where you told me over and over again, and it didn't actually annoy me. Because usually, when you pester it enough, it gets annoying to a point where you ignore the show more than ever. Yeah. But this time, I'm like, you know what? I'll check it out. Like, I got time. It's on Hulu.
Oh, so I got you at the time where you weren't watching anything.
Yeah, that perfect time, exactly. Yeah. Where I wanted a comedy. I was getting tired of South Park reruns or Rick and Morty reruns at the time, and then you recommended that. And I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And then nowadays I'm going 9-9. I'm fucking like fanboying out over here, waiting for the final season to come out. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's all.
Ray Holt, one of the absolute best characters ever.
Absolutely. I'm still disturbed how accurate you were when you said, "Yo, you know Holt's husband? Yeah, you remind me of him." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I remind me of him too." God damn it,
Kevin.
Yeah, the deadpan professor delivery guy too. I'm like, "Oh my god damn it." Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay, hold up. Just try. Tony, or have either of you seen Arrested Development?
A little bit of it.
I've seen I saw the seasons before Netflix got it.
Yeah, don't watch the Netflix seasons. Anyways.
Yeah.
I was gonna say who do you think is more says more closet homosexual? You know the joke is they say homosexual stuff without knowing homosexual stuff?
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So who do you think is worse, Tobias Funke or Charles Boyle?
I think Charles Boyle, to be honest. I do appreciate the Arrested Development character, especially with the fucking pants episode where he's like, there's literally dozens of us. There are dozens. But Charles Boyle, it's like every episode, I think he has at least one, at least in one season, I feel like every other episode, he has like that one moment but he delivers it so nonchalantly or even passionately that it just fucking nails it every fucking time.
I just watched the episode where he handed out save the dates invitations. Oh yeah, I'm handing everyone STDs. I'm giving everyone STDs. STDs, yeah, save the dates. STDs, geez. And then they're like, I know what it sounds like, but no one is thinking that. And he's like, Charles, everyone is thinking that. And then Scully comes and goes, I have an STD.
Oh my god. Yeah, so just like even mentioning these scenes like out of context, kind of just enough to have us picture and go, oh my god, yeah, that's totally what that character would say to response, because the chemistry of these characters so well when you just watch even like even one season with these guys. So absolutely fantastic show.
Before we move on, I got to bring up the Backstreet Boys cold open.
Oh my god,
one of the best fucking cold opens of all time.
Yeah, of any show ever.
Yeah.
Funny little Easter egg. When I was learning how to do audio editing, that was one of my first projects I gave myself. I was trying to edit my own voice over Jake Peralta's bits just to see how I can mix and match like audio lining up just right. It was very rough, but it was my first time doing it because I love that scene so much. Oh god. So yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you guys need a comedy, it is very lighthearted. It does hit on emotional parts. I don't know how well compared to Scrubs or How I Met Your Mother.
The emotion part isn't as good as Scrubs or How I Met Your Mother, but the comedy and the plot and continuing the plot is so on point.
It is so on point. If you were to tell me to rate my top 5 episodes, without just saying Halloween Heist this season or whatever, I'm like I can't do that, dude. I don't know, but I can't. 9-9.
All right, it is now time for my episode, and this hasn't been said yet, and I'm gonna say it. I know there's other people. There's been a growing trend I noticed with people where they go, "Oh, this show isn't that good. Like it's overrated," and I'm here and I will stand for it. And I will stand for this show every time, and that is Breaking Bad.
I like that build-up. I love that build-up so much.
See, because I tell people, and they're like, oh, no, it's probably overrated. It's not, dude. Breaking Bad is a perfect example of how to tell a perfect drama. How to know when to end the story, know when to get going, when to pull back a little bit, give it some breath, and then get going again. It is so amazing. Bryan Cranston cemented himself as just one of the most versatile and amazing actors with that show.
Yeah,
absolutely.
How can you go from Malcolm in the Middle to just a bumbling teacher that ends up becoming a badass?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The ultimate criminal.
Yeah. I give you this one, Lucas, Breaking Bad. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we were mentioning earlier about pacing. I didn't want to say the title of the show in case one of us said it, and you said it, Lucas. But yeah, like this Breaking Bad is a perfect example of a show that it's seemingly slower than what you want in a show sometimes, because you're thinking like, okay, it's going on for a little too slow. Is there any payoff? And the answer is yes. There's always a payoff in Breaking Bad. If you're ever having an argument at a party or whatever about what are better, TV shows or movies, Breaking Bad is always going to be your example for why TV shows are better than movies, because if you can pre-plan your story, your characters, your arcs, your themes consistently, you have the ultimate payoff. I still think also Breaking Bad's finale is one of the best episodes on TV as well.
Dude, those the final season 5, the final 8 episodes.
Oh my god.
Outstanding.
Out-fucking standing.
Dude, I watched El Camino and it was like a perfect way to like end it too.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of unanswered questions, and it was just like, oh, we're going to get it now. But we're not going to go over the top and ruin this shit.
Yeah, we're gonna tell a story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I also think we just talking about the finale. I also say the first 5 minutes of the first season is one of the best too, because literally the first thing you see is Walter White in his tidy whities in a motorhome driving off-road with people unconscious in a lab in the back bouncing around, and then him doing a confession video on a phone before he has a loaded gun, and he's contemplating if he should kill himself at that point. And you're like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm in. Show me more.
Scene, that song that's playing in the background in that scene, that Spanish song, I have it on my playlist because
of course
It's such an awesome song.
Yeah, if you're in the know, it's like, yeah, it's that Breaking Bad song. But if you're not, it's like, it's a good song.
Great song.
I'm glad you chose Breaking Bad because I feel like listeners would have been like, guys, not one of you Breaking Bad? Seriously? Really? It's just like, I hope one of us always would be like honorable mention on the side. Oh, but yeah, Walter White, Breaking Bad, fantastic, absolutely.
And let's not forget, dude, Giancarlo Esposito as Gus Fring.
Thank you for mentioning him.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring it up. That actor is also in The Boys. He is the main CEO baddie in that as well.
He plays the bad guy. He plays the bad guy so well. He's also in Mandalorian.
Yep. He's also going to be in the Far Cry game as the next villain. It's like he does that villain so perfectly. If people complain about him being in that role so many times, shut the hell up. He's perfect for that type of character. Enjoy the content. Move on and enjoy.
Like, dude, my favorite scene that he did is right after what's his face dies. And he like has Walter and Jesse in the chem lab.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that.
And he just kills one of his like underlings.
So he says one line. Yeah, he says one line in that entire scene, and it's like a 3, 4, 5 minute scene where the guy, like you said, he's trying to show off that he could do the job just as well as Walter White and Jesse can. And then he's just slowly dressing up, like you said. He's getting like the suit on, thinking like, what's going on? Because like Walter at the same time is venting. He's shouting, right? Like, how dare you? Destroy our work or got us save their asses, right? And the whole time, and then he's just getting in the suit, and then he goes behind the guy, just ends it right there. Yeah, box cutter, just horribly, just it is one of those shocking things. And then while he's covered in blood, he takes off the suit, he fixes his collar, I think he wipes his face, and then he just goes, get back to work, and then walks out. That's all you got to say if you're that actor and you got that writing team. Fantastic show, Breaking Bad.
I do know there is some growing momentum for Giancarlo Esposito to play Dr. Victor Van Doom in the Fantastic Four.
Please, yes. Please, for the love of God. Please, yes.
Yes.
Please, life. If you're going to...
Okay. Want to do Fantastic Four. Fucking
if you tried twice recently, or like the last 20 years, you have 2 strikes. You can hit a home run with this one casting role. I'm pretty sure he can carry the movie if you get him as Doom. Please. Why you have to tell me that, Lucas? Because if that doesn't happen, I'm going to be really upset. How dare you?
Good.
Good.
But yeah, Breaking Bad, perfect example of storytelling, pacing, great character development.
The best slow-paced show for sure. Best slow-paced show for sure.
It's on Netflix, right? They didn't take it off Netflix?
I think it's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
Here, I'll double check out Netflix.
I hope so, because I think Netflix understands if they lose that show, they're losing one of the best shows of all time.
Well, El Camino is a Netflix original too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, guys. Though
nice.
And plus, it spawned the spin-off Better Call Saul, which
some
people
also really fucking great.
Yeah, some people are saying it's even better than Breaking Bad.
Okay, them's fighting words, but that's a good thing.
Like, I got the guy from Far Cry 3 as Gus Fring's fucking right-hand man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
And I just gotta say, I've seen season 4. I've seen I've seen season 5 of Better Call Saul, and I can say I don't know if I'd go so far as to say it's better. I can say it is very, very comparable.
Okay, real quick though. Go back, Tony. What'd you say? Far Cry 3 guy?
Yeah, fucking what's his name? Vanos?
Yeah, the main villain in Far Cry 3, the guy that's doing all the insane monologues.
Yeah,
right?
He ends up becoming because this is in the past, he's Gus Fring's right-hand man. So he's just a psychopath.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Oh man. Talk about casting, man. Jesus. So
I think because of that, they were like, "Oh, we'll give him 6 now."
So what we're saying, dear listeners, Breaking Bad is a decent show. It's on Netflix. Please watch it if you haven't yet. Watch all the shows we've recommended so far. But Breaking Bad, I think, arguably is the most important one of all of our choices. I think we can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that concludes our Mount Rushmore. I had a lot of fun. Are there any honorable mentions you guys want to bring up? Like, not Mount Rushmore, but contenders, like real close. Any honorable mentions?
I was gonna say Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The reason I didn't was just because the other two shows. I know some people say How I Met Your Mother isn't good. I can see why they would think that, but to me, I just loved it.
Yeah, it's your
I think it's one of my absolute favorites.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna say to try to convince someone why, because I know I can see why people wouldn't think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely love it.
I was gonna put The Mandalorian on my list, but it's still a beginning show. There's only 2 seasons, so
it could definitely go in different directions where it's at right now. But yeah, that's a contender for me too. I had the first season of Westworld as a contender, just the first season. I never watched the other seasons. I heard they were not nearly as good. The miniseries Chernobyl, which is only 5 episodes, but it does such a fantastic job in storytelling and tension. And I briefly mentioned it, The Pacific. It was the other show that came after Band of Brothers. It was the Western Front with the Marines. Basically all HBO miniseries, basically. They have good quality content when they do miniseries, man.
Dude, for another comedy, got to go That 70s Show.
Oh, absolutely. Wait, I'm actually surprised. Yeah, you didn't have that 70s show. Oh, that's just surprised.
Yeah, because it's super funny, but it doesn't have the. I love emotional like moments in shows, and
right, yeah.
Or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like they have their moments, but they're not like up there.
I understand. All right, I get you. All right. So what I have here, I got my next candy. So
it sounds like a box, and I think I know what it is.
Maybe it's time for the candy taste test. Woo! Woo! Good job, guys. All right. So, woo! I don't know if it was on your end or just my end, but you guys were really delayed on my end. I went woo, and then like 10 seconds later, then I hear woo.
I think it's because me and Tony were like, "Is he gonna go?" We didn't want to interrupt each other, so we were just like waiting for the other person to go.
Come on, it's all going at the same time. Okay. So,
okay, from now on, it goes Jacob, me, Tony.
I am okay with that.
Okay. But when I'm saying names, it's Tony Lucas. That's gonna be confused. Woo! Woo! God damn it.
Wait, why does Tony's name go first?
Lucas. Okay, I have with me the proper candy, because last week I got a variation, Sweet Tart Ropes, that you guys actually never tried. I was very surprised by that.
Did you suck?
Maybe. Well, no. Anyway, I have with me Sweet Tart Originals. Sorry, Sweet Tarts Original. I have a big box actually too, so if I do like these,
Tony, where did you find them?
I found them at Foodsco in the candy aisle.
Yeah, apparently I'm blind as a fucking cat.
Right.
Apparently, but yeah, that's how I remember that they only had the ropes. But are there any different flavors? Are they all the same, or
I think they're all the same.
All the same? Okay. Do you guys like this candy?
Dude, you can't. I mean, I don't know, because all these candies that I guess have different flavors, I just eat them all at once. So I'm it's not like I'm just eating one by one. I'm just like, all right, don't
right. Not every candy is like Starburst where they're all wrapped and labeled individually.
Yeah.
These are pretty good. I'll have another.
Okay, so blue is blue punch, red is cherry, purple is grape, yellow is lemon, and green is green apple.
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell. I had like 2 by themselves. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, to be honest. Yeah, these are pretty good. Pretty strong, but
apparently the green flavor used to be lime, and then they changed it to green apple.
I guess lime.
Why would anyone choose lime over green apple?
I guess that's what they thought back at CO. They're just like, let's change it. Yeah, they probably had that exact same thought. Here's green. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say I'm thinking low B. They're good. I'll have a few. I'm probably not gonna finish the whole box. It's really strong, but it's good.
Can I have it?
I mean, sure.
Yes.
If you're in town.
I am in town.
Oh yeah, that's right. You dropped off the package earlier.
Pokemon, gonna catch 'em all is true. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I was about done. Yeah, low B.
You
Sweet tarts
and
are good.
me.
And I'll teach you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So Sweet
okay.
Tarts get a low B.
God damn it. Never go along when Lucas does something. Never go along with it. Yeah, Sweet Tarts get a low B. Shall we start concluding? Or do you guys have final thoughts?
I don't think anymore, guys. So it's like
Tony just kind of does what he's told at this point.
Oh, okay.
It's easier for him. Less work.
Well, if dear listeners want to tell Tony what to think, where can they contact us at?
Nowhere. Fuck you guys. Don't talk to us.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the ITIL Pod. I've been really slacking on the Twitter game. I have to pick that up, but you can follow us both those places at the ITIL Pod. You can follow us on YouTube. Important Things in Life podcast. We'll have all the links to all those in the bio. You can follow Tony on Instagram at the other guy 831 or talk to an HWA on PS4 and Steam. You can find Jacob at Lumberjack Jack on Instagram and Jacob Miranda on Twitter. You can follow me at Team Laduca on Instagram, and once I figure out what my actual usernames are on Steam and Epic Games and stuff, you can add me there too. I have different. I don't know why I have different usernames for all those.
I was also just gonna say I'm so proud of you, Lucas, because you can name everything just off the back of your hand so easily. But then you got to your own usernames on Steam and you couldn't remember. You got so close.
Now that I'm looking at your profile, Lucas, you have 2 of them as my friends.
Yeah, that'd be confusing.
I somehow connected 2 Steam accounts under one login. I have no idea.
Your main one is the Cabal one.
Oh, Cabal Horde?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the other one hasn't been online for 2 months.
Oh shit! That's probably when someone hacked it.
Oh,
yeah, someone hacked that account a couple months back. Anyways, follow us at all those. Just if you didn't hear, just rewind it.
Mm-hmm. If you listen on Spotify, hit that 15 back arrow a few times to listen to
leave us a review on iTunes, like, subscribe on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I'm just glad we mentioned Breaking Bad. I was actually going to be upset because I didn't put it on my own list, but I'm glad you did, Lucas, so thank you.
Yay! And Tony, I know you got nothing to add, so let us know what you guys think is your favorite TV shows of all time. Thanks to you for tuning in, and make sure to tune in next week for a new episode of the Important Things in Life podcast.